Nice.
Nice.
We made it, boys.
Nice.
We're here.
Nice.
Hello, Internet! Welcome back to the Three Can Play podcast. My name is Sean McAlcom, and I'm joined by two of my very nice friends.
Immature friends.
To my left is Nick P. To my right is Brad Crabley Crab. This is the nicest episode. Episode number 69. Nice.
I feel like this is
Nice.
like a podcast goal that we've achieved.
Hell
here.
yeah. Honestly.
Like
it
when
is.
we set out, we're like, all right, we're gonna start a podcast, and we've made it to like the best number.
We should just quit while we're ahead.
Yeah.
This may be the last time you see
Yeah.
us on camera.
On Twitch, at least.
True.
Might be going to Mixer.
It's just like
Who knows?
teaser going Mixer for the next
Yeah.
forever.
And
but
then-
We
never-
go back to Mixer
Start
and we
episode
start at
one.
one again.
Yes.
Yeah, because
And then-
we've done 69 on Twitch.
And then we go to YouTube and then
Yes.
Facebook.
No, I don't know about Facebook.
Okay.
I don't have Facebook, so it'll have to be on someone
Neither
else's
do
profile.
I. So
Do you have Facebook?
No.
Ethan, do you have Facebook? Yeah. Okay.
yeah. So
we're
we'll
streaming through Ethan.
Facebook.
You're our only hope for that connection.
Welcome back to episode 69. It's a show where we talk about all things video games, the world of video games. If you're new, welcome. If you're old, welcome back.
Okay, boomer.
I don't really understand that meme, but I know it's a meme,
Yeah.
so I'll take it. I
If
think it's a
you're
good
old,
thing,
you're
right?
a boomer.
No, it's not a good thing.
To be a boomer, I don't think so.
It's like, look at us.
Why not? Boomer sounds cool. What's wrong with boomer?
You're old.
So,
My mind actually goes to
being old means I survived.
Gears. No, I think it's in both.
Yeah, I think you're
Boomer,
right.
Boomer in Left 4 Dead, isn't it like the bloaty guy who pops and
Blows
spills his stomach acid
Yeah.
everywhere?
Yes.
I think those are also called boomers. And then I'm just thinking of boomers, the Gears characters with the boom shots who just go boom and then
I
shoot
think
at you.
quite a bit has happened in the last 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Last week. I say 2 weeks because I meet my therapist every 2 weeks.
Fair. We
So-
had an episode in between.
Yeah.
You remember where we talked about stuff?
Yeah,
Remember,
yeah.
got those member berries?
It's still been a pretty busy week though.
It has been. I want to start with what I've been playing. Got
Yeah.
our new mobile game. It's gonna disappoint you both,
Okay.
I think. Nick's already sleeping, which is fine.
Yeah.
Actually, and he's gonna go into a deeper sleep once I mention
Hit that
the
REM.
name. So, this game. Okay, so as you guys know, I played Shattered Pixel Dungeon, right?
Yep.
Shattered Pixel Dungeon, briefly, is it's like a, originally there was a guy named Watabu, okay? I think he's Chinese or Japanese,
Okay.
and he created an open source game called Pixel Dungeon. And then other people started creating their own versions of Pixel Dungeon, and then there was like Moonshine Pixel Dungeon and blah, 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 until we got to a game called Shattered, which I really love and play. But recently, there's been another version of Pixel Dungeon that I've been playing. It's based off Darkest Dungeon, and it's called Darkest Pixel Dungeon.
Wow, how creative.
So it's just basically another dungeon crawling, top down, turn based, roguelite, difficult, tough.
Is it only mobile?
This one?
Yeah.
Shattered is on PC. I think this one is only mobile.
Okay.
Yes. I'm having
Free
a
to
lot
play?
of fun. Huh? Yeah, of
Free to
course.
play?
Because they're all open source. They're
Free
all
to
free
start
True.
or free to play?
free to play.
Okay.
Free to
Just
play.
making sure.
I hate that Nintendo used that free to start crap.
They were right about it.
I mean, they're right. It's accurate, but it's like,
That was such a like.
God,
that
that
was-
Kirby game still tilts me.
that was-
Anyways, you were.
So,
Let me come back out of the tilt of that Kirby game.
just reel it back.
Yeah, so basically in this version, there's like stress. You can get stressed if you see like some nasty evil shit.
Like personally or your character?
Your character.
Okay.
Yep.
Do you get stressed?
Me?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a tough game, right? So yeah, it's not easy by any means. You have to. It's an up here game.
That'll
Yeah,
be tough.
not
for
like League
you.
of Legends, which is not an up here game. But we can get into that later.
I'm excited for that part.
Yeah, me too.
I got a
Anyways.
special surprise for that.
Oh, really? Okay.
Me
Yeah.
too, I'm
nice.
hungry.
Okay. Sorry?
What?
What?
That's right.
Nice.
Okay, yeah. So that's what I'm playing. I'm playing some League of Legends. I almost got to my plat promos last night. Not last night. 2 nights ago, I played a game. I was Ryze against a Kassadin mid. I was even. It's hard for Ryze to like really kill Kassadin,
Yeah.
especially early because Ryze has no power early. Kassadin has that big MR shield early on his Q. Hard for me to even get good trades off. Anyways, I was doing fine. I was like 1-0 because I got first blood on their jungler, right? And then the Kassadin just ended up going like 15-0 with the 25 stack Medjais because he just went and bought once. And such a solo queue.
Yep. Sounds like an average
And then
game.
I finished the game 1-3-3. And my bot lane was like 0-5 and 0-8. My top lane kill was 0-1. And of course, my jungler, also who inted the mid laner, was also like 0-8. So, you know,
It's your normal night in solo queue.
yeah. Credit to that kill. I gave her stayed cool.
She was the only other one who didn't tilt or int off.
I don't understand how you die so much. I don't think that's not true. I've died many times in many
I
games.
was gonna say you don't.
What's that
understand?
Vayne game you played with 0-23? Was it?
Oh, that was.
Oh
a
man,
rough
that's
game,
a
bro.
throwback.
This guy
I mean, that was like
this guy
me
was like
intentionally
15
feeding.
at 12 minutes.
Wait, was this long ago or no?
Oh, it was
A
like
few
a few months ago.
Months ago. I remember.
When? I don't remember this.
You were, it
Sometime
was
in
like
the
you
summer,
and Jay
probably.
and some other guys in a game, and you played
Yeah.
Vayne top. I was spectating the game, and I watched you die on
Yeah.
on
It
respawn.
was a game.
I mean, but I don't do that in ranked.
No.
So, you know,
Sometimes it be like
sometimes
that.
be like that. My
Are you gonna keep trying to grind? You still got what? 7 days? 19?
yeah, I get like 20 points per win, which is good for my MMR.
What are you sitting at?
I lost 15 points from 97,
Okay.
so I'm at 74 or something, right? Nope, that doesn't make sense.
You'd be at
72,
82.
82, that's what I meant.
That's good. So you're still one win out of your promo.
I am.
If you get the at least 18, you say you're getting 20. So
Yep.
I'd keep grinding.
I also made a mistake. Last night when I played, it was 1 a.m. I was tired, I was distracted. You know how you can just feel when you're off?
Yeah.
I don't know if you can feel when you're off.
Oh, I know I'm off. I fully go into the off mode more and more and
Okay,
more.
Okay, fair.
Also, I feel like you're playing at 1 a.m. You're risking like who else is on.
Yeah. Actually, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
Because no one types in chat at 1 a.m. That's the best part of playing at 1 a.m.
I don't mean necessarily that you have people who like are flaming. I more mean like intoxicated,
Oh.
inebriated people
I
who
mean,
come on and play.
Yeah, but
late night
you're getting
games.
equal chance of being on the enemy
That's
team,
true,
We
right?
do
that's true.
play with Joe.
Not anymore. He quit League,
Yes. So
For how
which I'm
long?
proud of him for because I don't think he hit like even Andre quit. I think both of them playing League is not a good idea.
They get too emotionally involved.
No,
anyways.
proud of you boys.
So yeah, that's me.
Want to go, Brad?
I'm playing Destiny.
Okay, cool.
I'm killing some shit. Oh, I did actually play. It's still Destiny related. Why is that funny?
You're just like, oh, still playing Destiny. Let's go.
You
Yeah.
expect anything else from me? Come
I
on.
don't know. Fucking maybe.
Pokemon's coming out this Friday. I'll have
Who
something new for you
cares?
guys next week.
Oh,
I mean, like the
I,
way
don't, I
from
swear
what we
to God,
from
Nick,
what
if
we
you were gonna regurgitate some more Reddit bullshit right now, I'm about to buck on you.
from what we've heard today about what's
Oh.
about Pokemon and Sword and Shield, like, is it really that exciting? No national decks. You can't. Oh, we'll get into that later. Actually, more fun later. I want to see you tilt later.
I want to switch seats.
okay.
Why?
I don't want to sit.
Gonna
beside
be-
you.
Oh, you're sitting right here, bud.
God damn it. So I've been
How are you gonna
playing.
eat otherwise?
What are you guys talking about with food and hungry and what is this?
Oh, you don't get hungry?
I'm trying to figure this out.
You don't ever get hungry?
What did I say? What is this comeback for?
No.
All right, this is my time.
Okay,
I'm
I'm
trying to
sorry.
talk
I'm
about stuff
sorry.
I
I know
do.
it's Brad's time.
My
From like,
bad.
jeez,
Sorry.
like,
Spotlight
jeez,
is
spotlight's
on
on
me.
him.
Okay, go ahead.
Camera is
Come on,
on
Brad,
me.
speak.
Okay.
That's really good, man. Great, proud
Thank
of you.
you. I'm
You're
great.
great.
I'm proud of myself.
So wait, sorry. What are you proud of?
No, well, I was just gonna say I did something sick at
That's
Destiny
great.
today.
What'd you do?
That's
How
great.
dare you be condescending? I was playing ranked, which
Wait, what?
so I had to grind to a certain rank to get one of those pinnacle weapons I told you
Yeah.
about a couple weeks ago, and I hit that rank
Mm-hmm.
and I got it. But then there was another one that's a sniper rifle, and to get it, you have to get 300 kills in PvP with snipers, 50 headshots, and then you have to earn a total amount of points in
Right,
the competitive
so
playlist.
did
So
you
you
end
can
up-
win and lose. It doesn't matter. You just have to reach that certain total.
So did you
don't-
end up dreaming about those headshots, and is that how you did it?
Bro, I was popping off with the sniper.
Really?
Yeah, I was like, what the
Damn.
like?
How's when you have aim assist on a controller, but whatever.
No, but it's still tough to snipe.
Okay, I'm sorry. You have a freaking mouse and keyboard with like precision. I gotta use analog sticks. I don't want to hear this. I have it easier nonsense.
True, he's not wrong.
Yeah.
I think they're fairly evenly balanced.
Controller might be a little more noob friendly, but if you're a master at both, the PC's got like the keyboard mouse has the advantage.
So, and you ended up doing this? This
So
50 headshot thing?
oh, easily.
Okay.
I did that in just
So what's the hard part
so-
then that you're proud of yourself of?
well, I was playing ranked today to
Mhm.
earn the glory points, and the ranked playlist is called Survival,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and it's 3v3. Each team has 4 lives. Once you run out of lives, everyone has 1 life left,
Okay.
and then they're out of the round.
Yes.
So I was playing, and my team was up 3-2. It's best of 4 rounds, and both my teammates died when we had 1 life left. They had 3 lives left, like back, and then their last life, I killed all 6 of them
Oh,
by myself.
by yourself.
Clutch.
With no super and no heavy ammo, using just 2 different primary weapons.
Jeez.
Yeah, it was like I was doing it, and I came out of that game, and I was like, "Holy fuck!" Like, you know when you get like that's
Yeah,
like
yeah,
I just
yeah.
kicked ass shit, and I was like, "I'll probably never do this again." Probably the biggest fluke, but I did it once, and it was sick.
Damn, dude.
So
Nice.
a little highlight
Skilled shit.
from.
Those
It's-
are the best moments
see,
in competitive.
I have such like a love hate with ranked because like when I do something like that, I feel so fucking good. I'm like, yo, like this is a competitive playlist. I just like wrecked these guys, and
Yeah.
then I have other games where it's like I lose a lot, and then I tilt because I've lost, and then I just get
Don't tilt.
sad.
Forehead. It's
Yeah.
actually the 4-head play or the 5-head play.
It's 5-head play.
That's what I meant.
But it's like it's such a love hate with ranked.
I
You
believe in you.
got the good moments, and then you got the
You did that. You didn't tilt in
tilt moments.
flex, but that's because we were owning. So
I lost 3 in a row.
Oh, did we?
Well, we lost 1, and then I played 2 by myself and lost both of
Oh.
those.
And you still didn't tilt.
I didn't.
Nice.
And then you came back and carried me in the 10th game, so
I
we
don't,
won.
I don't think I did anything except not feed that game.
The Rakan game?
Yeah.
Bro, you carried so hard those games.
Do you think so?
I just auto attack shit that you CC'd. It was
Fair,
easy.
fair.
But yeah,
Thank
I've
you.
been playing Destiny. Had one cool pop off moment, but other than that, nothing new. You have something new though. I heard you've been watching
playing
something.
Fire Emblem.
To watching something.
So I picked up Death Stranding on release on the Friday. Installed it on Friday because that's a thing you get to do nowadays. And
I want it.
Ethan found a cool Pokemon that literally. we
Hold
can
on, I'm gonna
you.
catch it.
I'm still listening to
Yes,
you.
I'm
I'm just
listening
catching
to
this Pokemon. Hey,
see what I deal
it's
with.
a podcast
what I
about
deal
video
with?
games. We're gonna be
See what I
playing
fucking
video
deal with,
games.
guys? Like, whatever. Anyways, I should just break off my own. Fuck you guys, I don't need you anymore.
Oh
I'm just
shit!
kidding.
There it is. Yo, look at that.
I don't have
guy.
that Pokemon. What's it called?
It's a
Heatran?
Heatmore.
Eat more? Okay.
Anyways, I picked up a game called Death
Ain't it
Stranding.
pretty?
Whatever. I don't know if anybody noticed, but this game has been been a hot topic recently.
You know, I
'cause-
didn't know there was such thing as Kojima fanboys.
Oh yes, there is.
Apparently, there's
So
I didn't realize how divisive this game would be.
Well,
Yeah,
I
me
figured
neither.
it would be.
Like
Oh, yeah?
even through like high review like websites, you have some sites that are coming in praising this game 10 out of 10, and you have other sites that are dropping like 6s and
So
7s.
yes, the game is very divisive. People either call it a masterpiece, or they're like it's okay, slap or decent, whatever, right?
Yeah.
Peace.
So I picked it up on the Friday, started playing it Saturday afternoon.
Sorry, you started what?
I started the game on Saturday.
Yeah, but you said this word that starts with a P, and I feel like you
So-
meant a word that
so
starts
let
with a
me
W.
let me explain.
Okay.
So I started the game up, and in old Kojima fashion, if you ever played any of his Metal Gear games, and in old Kojima fashion, like especially Metal Gear Solid 4, you will watch cutscenes for a long time. Metal Gear Solid 4 is famously known for like a 2-hour long cutscene at the end of the game or something like that.
Yeah.
So the game starts off with a pretty decently long cutscene, and then you think you're the gameplay. It's like, oh no, more cutscene.
You
That
knew it was gonna
sucks.
be bad when they had a reveal or like a teaser trailer that was 8.5 minutes.
Teaser.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry, if a teaser trailer is 8.5 minutes, what the fuck's going on?
So then this little first bit part, basically, there's not really any spoilers to it. Like, it's just like the first opening like hour. So there's not much like in terms of story content. So starts off with your guy Sam. I think his name right. Sam Porter Bridges. Yeah, Sam Porter Bridges is normally his character.
Wait,
And,
his name is actual Porter Bridges.
Sam Porter Bridges.
He's a porter and he builds bridges.
Anyways,
What depth?
Jack of all trades.
so he's on his little trike or bicycle, and he takes a jump, but then crashes it, and he's being chased by this rain called Timefall. And Timefall in this universe is basically if the rain touches you, that part of you ages. So you can see because at one point it touches like a part in his hand, on top of his hand, and that becomes like all old and wrinkly.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So it's kind of interesting. Like, oh, don't stand in the rain. You'll literally die from old age. So he hides off. He hides out in a cave. Another one of the main characters in the game called Fragile. She pops up and kind of like explains the whole. Well, not really. Like, her and Sam had this thing called Dooms, which allows you to sense or see the BTs depending on what level of Dooms you have.
Is that like that backpack thing that's like that flaps?
No, it's not that.
Is it
It's
like
something
an
like
ability you
totally
have?
like supernatural shit.
Oh, okay.
So there's that, and they kind of like explain all the BTs, like what level are you? I can see them, can't you see them? Stuff like that, and like kind of like explain a little bit. Like, the game is very like superficial in terms of like their story presentation so far. Where like they don't go deep into it. They just kind of show you it and hope that you understand it.
Okay.
So like,
Kinda
So
like-
are you kind of confused a little bit? Still?
sometimes yeah, because they don't explain things like right away, or like well, or they'll over explain one concept. Like they over explain Timefall like 8 times in the first 2 hours.
Yeah.
Like I get it. I know what it is. I saw what it was when you first showed me it. Anyways, then the game picks up from there. You kind of like it kind of shows you the main loop of the game, which is getting your cargo and delivering it. So you have to pick up the lost cargo you got from crashing, and you bring it to your
Crashing.
because after he took the jump on the bike, he crashed.
Wait, what jump on the bike? Did he mention a jump on a bike?
Yeah. He said he crashed going away from the rain.
Yeah,
Oh,
so he
okay.
crashed,
Okay,
and
okay.
the first part of the game was like collecting lost cargo and bringing it to this city to deliver it, and you do that, and you meet Mama.
Nice. Is she as cute in the game as she is in the cutscene?
I mean, I'm assuming the cutscene was pulled from the game.
Sure, she was, and you make the delivery, and then the game goes off into you have another delivery at the make, and you have to deliver a dead body to an incinerator, because apparently dead bodies in this game world after a certain amount of time will just explode and cause like massive craters in the ground.
That's fucked.
They call
Yeah.
them void outs or something like that.
Okay.
Jesus.
Because I think the whole thing is like BTs will take the dead and make them their own. They haven't explained BTs very well yet, so I don't know exactly. So you go and do that. You take the BT, and then it shows you the first like interaction of like what the BBs do.
Okay.
BB.
You don't get a BB, but they ask you to come along with them because his character can sense the BTs without using a BB.
Oh.
Okay.
Wait, that's what the BBs do?
They
They sense the BTs? That's fucked up.
the
You're
BB
making-
the BBs are the connection to the other side.
Yeah.
That's why. So
But they're human babies.
I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
From what I've like seen before, I don't think they're human babies.
Interesting. Okay.
Anyways, yeah, you go do that, but the BTs start to attack you, and the car crashes, and the one guy, there's 2 guys. One guy gets caught underneath the truck, and one guy is like kind of trying to pull him out while Sam is kind of like hovering over the dead bodies. Like, we gotta fucking go. They're gonna cause a void out. I think they call it. The void out is what happens when the body hits necrosis. I think or
Okay.
whatever, what they call it, and then it causes a massive crater in the ground, and like everything's just dead. In that like one area.
So is it like an explosion or does it just kill stuff?
It doesn't show you exactly what happens, but what happened was that like the void out happened, and Sam comes back to life
Okay.
because
Okay.
he can do that. He's this thing called I can't remember, but he's a thing in this game where like he's able to come back from the dead.
Okay.
Okay.
So-
Interesting, Kojima.
I can't remember.
So
what
this game is just as confusing as the trailers made it out to be.
yeah.
Okay.
So
Okay.
in the scene where they crash, like the timefall happens. So it's like seems like wherever the BTs are, timefall like is
So
with
the
them.
rain is kind of following their
Yeah.
presence. Okay.
So the BTs come and like they kind of like sense death, or like you have to be like super quiet and really can't breathe around them. And the one guy that's being crushed by the truck like starts having timefall like hit him, and he starts aging closer to death. And so the BTs grab him, and the one guy who's standing up trying to help him pulls out a gun and shoots him in the head. It's because if he doesn't do that, that guy becomes a BT. That's from my understanding.
Okay.
Oh shit.
So he's basically like, you're dead anyways. I'm
Yeah.
gonna prevent you from adding like one more to their ranks.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that happens, and then it shows the whole mechanic. It doesn't show the mechanic. It shows you the whole thing of like holding your breath, kind of like keeps them at bay,
Okay.
kind of thing. So Sam starts holding his breath while the other guy kind of starts freaking out, starts shooting shooting the BT somehow. I don't know the fuck we shooting. I can't see them for shit. And he
He's
gets
just probably just panicking, like, fuck this guy. Or
yeah.
something.
So he does that, and so he gets lifted up and held upside down in the air, drops his gun, and starts stabbing himself to kill himself.
Jesus.
I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And then Sam is like, fuck, this is going haywire. So Sam grabs the BB and attaches it to himself, which then shows you the first scene with shows Mad Mickelson's character. I think Mads Mikkelsen's like the creator of the BBs, from what I've
Okay.
seen. I can deduce.
Dude, this game.
I don't know, but like it's anyways. So he does that. The whole void out happens, and
On the dude who was stabbing himself's body?
no, the dead body they wanted to bring to incinerate.
Oh.
The void out happens. Sam dies, and it shows this whole cutscene of like stuff, like a beach, the whole beach dead whales thing.
Where Daryl's naked.
Yeah, he's
Okay, I don't know
he's
what that
fucking
is, but-
naked.
Okay.
In this
And I'm
scene.
saying Daryl. We're talking about Sam. I'm just calling him by his Walking Dead name. For
So
anyone who's
we
confused.
see him naked on the beach with all the whales, and he grabs the BB and holds it, but then like it disappears and then like starts like walking on him and towards the water, and then he walks
the walking BB.
he walks into the water. Next thing I know is like, oh, follow your strand to resuscitate yourself back to life. I'm like, okay, so I did that, and you wake up.
Death Stranding.
Sure, yeah.
Oh,
Then
true.
you wake back up in Capital Knot City, I think it's called. Is like the main city, or like the main city of the last city of America kind of thing.
Okay.
And that's where you like get your first real mission from the president of the United States of America.
Mm-hmm.
And Sam's like, we're not a country anymore. America's dead. It's all dead. And she's like, no, we just had to reconnect. I'm like, okay.
That's the one that we saw as like a trailer, right? Where they're in like the room.
Not the same girl.
Oh, not the same girl.
Different girl. I'm not gonna. I don't know if
Holy
it's really
shit.
spoiler. I'm not gonna say who the woman was.
Okay.
'Cause I don't know if it's spoilerish or not, because I don't know isn't
Sure.
a spoiler beyond what I
Yeah.
just told you. So what happened was that you have to bring another dead body to an incinerator, but this time you get the body from basically when the body first died. So they have like 48 hours before the body basically explodes into a void out, and you have to bring it to an incinerator. And I basically took a long trek, 45 minutes. This is the way I played. This is the way I played the game, by the way.
Okay.
This is me playing the game.
Okay.
This is where I started playing. Okay,
Jeez.
I'll put that out there. Like the other part to explain, that was all cutscenes.
Holy
Like that's what I
shit.
just watched. That's when I started playing.
So it's what, 5 hours in?
It was like 2 hours in.
That's insane.
And then like so you can like plot out a path on your map, and there's lookout towers to see like you can see the landscape. So I decided to plot out a path which I thought would be the easiest to climb the mountain in the quickest amount of time.
Yeah.
I did that, brought the body to the incinerator, I burned it, and what it does, it releases this like chiral stuff in the air, which is like harmful. I don't know, it's just like this gold dust that appears on bodies when they die, and then it's like kind of disappears into the air, and it's like it's harmful because I think it causes dooms, which Sam has, but I think dooms also is like a kind of a cancer.
Okay.
That's why I think like that's why people who have dooms make deliveries, because like they can sense the BTs.
Okay.
Okay.
I think that's what they do.
Sure.
But yeah, then when you do that, it kind of like it's like a homing beacon to the BTs. So Timefall starts pouring on, and like BT starts surrounding the incinerator, and it's your first like actual experience like trying to avoid BTs. So what happened was that Sam attaches the BB to him again, and then the BB's then attached to like the little like thing on the back where it
Yeah.
like kind of floats
The
around,
flappy thing?
the flappy thing, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what shows you where like the BTs are in the little world, like where they're close by. So like I'll point to the closest one, and it'll start getting like it'll start like turning orange when you get closer and closer to it.
Okay.
So I started walking. Okay, this won't be too bad. It's a stealth section, right? Stealth section, I'm assuming I can't see.
Yeah. That's not bad.
It's like so it showed the beat. There's a BT to my right. Okay, I won't go to the right. Go to my left. BT to my left. Okay, I'll go back to the right. One there, one there. They're all around me. I'm like, where the fuck do I go? So I literally like, hey, I can't just like dick around forever. So I eventually just like had to like book a path towards like something that was close, but I had to get back to the capital city because I can't stay around, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, it's actually the best part of the game so far was avoiding the BTs, because it was like I can't see what I'm running away from. I don't know what's gonna happen if they catch me, and like to hold my breath, I have to use stamina, and like if I run out of stamina, I start losing health.
Oh shit.
Is
So,
there
like-
is this the game where you can pee?
Yes,
Yeah.
Okay.
I tried that. It hasn't worked yet for me yet.
Okay.
It wouldn't let me the first time I tried.
You have to
so
drink more water first.
more Monster Energy drink. I'll get into it.
Okay.
Monster Energy drink.
Yes, I'll get into it. So I avoid the BTs. Like, this is the most like the best and most intense part so far because I don't know what's going on. Like when they quote unquote like find me or catch me, whatever, you start like seeing their steps like fall behind you,
Oh shit.
and like you can hear them like yelling and screaming. So I'm like holding my breath and like fucking dipping. Eventually, I got away and like the time stopped falling, and like I was able to like calmly walk back to the capital city. It's like holy fuck. But like I was sweating my balls out. That was actually the best part of the game
Damn.
so far.
That
Yeah.
sounds like the
Yeah.
stealth things are really intense.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So, and then it goes in the whole thing of like, it basically showed the cutscene that we saw that showed the whole story part, like story thing where like that girl in the red dress like go across America, link all the stuff back
Connect the
together.
communities.
Yeah, that shows you that cutscene,
Okay.
and then more beyond that, and you basically that's as far as I gotten.
Okay.
You also get to meet Guillermo del Toro's character pretty early on in the game actually. Like,
Okay.
He is called Deadman. That's his character's name.
Dead man.
Not Heartman. I haven't met Heartman yet.
There's a heart man.
The guy who dies every 22 minutes.
Oh right.
Yeah.
Heart man.
Kojima comes up with these weird things, and I don't know what Deadman's thing is yet, but
He's dead, obviously.
Heartman's thing is he dies every 22 minutes, something like that, and then Mama is like her
Mama.
baby is literally on the other side.
Yeah, they showed that in the trailer. Or that's why she doesn't leave or can't
Yeah.
leave where she is or something. Yeah.
There's a whole bunch of weird things, man. Like it's weird. And play Amelie, the girl in the red dress, doesn't age.
True.
What if she gets hit with the rain?
I guess
Oh,
she
maybe it
doesn't.
has something to do with the rain.
I guess she doesn't age.
Ooh.
There's some
Reverse engineered the
each
rain.
character seemed to have like some sort of weird connection to this whole paranormal shit going on that hasn't yet to be explained. Like the girl I mentioned before, Fragile, like she can just teleport places.
Interesting.
Are
It's-
you having a good time? Like, is it?
I
fun?
am enjoying it so far.
Good. Good.
My one major complaint, and this is a complaint against all games that have come out on the PS4 in the past like 2 years.
Okay.
The fucking text is too small.
I saw people
Ooh.
actually tweeting about that. Jason Schreier from Kotaku.
Yeah.
He tweeted about that too.
Literally, I
So-
have to like go. I have to go foot from my TV to read the screen.
So is this like a PlayStation like hardware problem? Like I don't
know,
Why does
'cause-
every game have
Because
this?
this did it. I remember Spider-Man doing it some places.
I bet it
God
looks
of
nice.
War. God of War is a big
Maybe.
offender of doing it. I love that game. I thought it was freaking amazing.
Yeah.
Like
And that's a shame because a game like Death Stranding, where you're like a lot of it's basically told through stories. I don't know about you. I love to have subtitles on when I'm playing.
the subtitles are fine. It's the text in the menus.
Oh, okay. Well, that's actually maybe even more annoying. 'cause I'm
Like
trying
I
to-
literally squinting. I already have bad vision
There's
as
no
it
like
is.
option
Yeah.
for scale or anything.
I haven't found that yet. I'm just like now I'm gonna start playing it on my monitor at home so I can like I get a nice
Yeah.
smaller screen and like nice looking screen
you can
too.
be a little closer without frying your
Yeah,
eyes.
so like I will probably see it better then. But like I'm playing on my TV, I'm just like I can barely read half this shit. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah,
And
that's really weird. Like
but the game
Wonder.
is it's fun. So I'm enjoying it so far.
that's good.
I've heard like from people like they really have to force themselves through it to like finish the story. And I'm like I haven't gone to that part yet because I played the game, so whatever. Anyways,
Yeah.
it's funny. Ophelia sent me an article today about the best quest line in Death Stranding is a pizza delivery quest line.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, so I'm just like I read through it. I'm like, this is great.
Are you delivering the pizza?
Yeah, you are.
Or should the delivery dude?
Yeah, you're
His
just
name is literally Porter. He's a
True.
delivery man.
This is basically just like Amazon Simulator,
it's
but like
it is what
mixed
normal
with
It-
paranormal
it is
shit.
when normal calls things press A simulator. This is his definition of press A simulator.
True.
That is that. But yeah, it's I can't say I'd recommend it yet.
Okay.
It's probably not a game for everybody. As you can see, if you go look at reviews, go look at like the whole spread of like people reviewing it, you'll find for every like perfect or high score, there's like a couple bad like lower scores. I
For
won't say
sure.
bad, but like lower scores.
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen one that's caused the game just outright bad. I've seen like the lowest I've seen like a 5. So like, I think it literally just there's always that thing. The game depends on the person. I think
Yeah.
this actually like really shows that like you
This is like the definition of
yeah.
like a subjective game. Like
Sure. Yeah.
depending on like every review is subjective,
Yeah.
but like I feel like this
This
is
is
probably
like
like
the-
bringing that to the
this is
max.
the perfect definition of the subjective game. Like you
Yeah.
will either like it or you will not like it. There's no in between. It seems so far.
From what you've told me, as confusing of a mess as it seems, I'm still like super intrigued to learn more about this universe.
I am still intrigued. I'm still gonna play it more.
Yeah.
Just like I think I was explaining this to Sean earlier. Like Death Stranding is like an Oscar movie. You
Yeah,
have to you
he
have
was
to
saying
you
that.
have to sit down and be wanting to be in that experience
Yeah,
to,
like
to
in that
pull-
headspace.
yeah, that
Yeah.
headspace to play it. Like you can't just casually play Death Stranding because you won't get it.
Yeah.
You won't you won't enjoy
You
it.
have to like prepare and set aside a couple hours to have a
Yeah.
session
So
with
like
it.
The whole time that you're telling me this, and you're giving off the gist like, I don't really know what's going on, but I'm enjoying it, and it's super confusing and convoluted and blah blah blah. The whole time I'm thinking, the only thing I can think is, you know what? That gives me hope for my D&D story.
Because you can make
because
it as
sometimes
confusing
even
and
I don't
ridiculous
know
and he'll
what's
still be
going on.
entertained.
I am so far entertained, and I'm willing to give the game a shot. Cause like I've seen no other than the stupidly small menu text, which I hopefully can get around by just playing on my monitor.
Yeah.
I don't see a reason for me just stopping to play right now. Like the game feels good to play. Like controls, like the actual controls of the game, they're good. Like it feels good to play.
Yeah.
When
When you do play.
when I do play.
You know why I think it's hysterical? When Sam just has like a bajillion things on his
Dude,
back.
his backpack's like 20 fucking feet
Yeah.
And either he's like a superhuman, I don't know, or he doesn't fall, or his balance is amazing, and
I have no
Amazing.
idea, but yeah,
How
that
many
is.
ladders have you built?
I haven't gotten a ladder.
I remember
gear
the
yet.
ladders and the.
I haven't
yeah.
got-
They
Gotten
actually
that.
look pretty sick, like
Yeah,
building the
yeah.
ladders. I was like,
Because I kind of went through like the equipment you get in the game because I didn't really care about like if that was spoilers or not. Like what I just want to know what I get.
yeah.
You do eventually get like all this other like shit like the ladders. You do eventually unlock vehicles stuff like that. And I'm like, I don't think I've unlocked the ladders yet.
Okay.
I have seen them in the world. I haven't been able to use one.
Yeah.
Anyways, back to the Monster Energy drinks.
Yes.
Monster
So,
Energy drink.
There are literally
like literally actual
literally
Monster Energy?
actual cans of Monster Energy drink in the game. That
Oh,
you
like
can-
a paid promotion probably or something.
I don't know. Apparently, it's not the only like actual like piece of content that isn't like that's sponsored. Whatever. I don't know, but like, there's more of that somewhere. Like other
Interesting.
companies doing this stuff. I'm like, this is fucking weird. And that's some fourth wall breaking shit.
Yeah. Hey man, you're making
'Cause I kinda-
deliveries every day. You're gonna need a little
'cause
bit
So
of a
is this
pick
game
me
set
up.
on Earth? Like, is the world Earth?
Yeah.
The America, right?
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
So
Just in the
because like
future.
the first thing I noticed was like when you get your like your home base and your room in the home base, first thing I saw when I looked to my left, I'm like, are those Monster Energy drinks?
So same logo, everything.
Yeah. Exact same logo, same everything. Yeah, it's hilarious.
That's fantastic.
You
Did you
can-
drink one?
Yeah.
What flavor?
Whatever. I
Ew.
don't know whatever flavors the
Oh,
standard flavor for Monster
I hate
drink.
energy drinks. I've never had an energy drink. I just hate them.
I don't have them either. So
I've only had Red Bull.
They're probably great for like. It's just like
For-
it's just like a preconceived notion, you know. I'm like,
I know they're
they could be
terrible
great.
for
Yeah,
you.
they could be
I know they're terrible
I-
for you.
maybe.
I've never had
Right.
one. I don't care. Never going to have one. But yeah, like there's more of this like actual like physical product from like we could do using our world
Yeah.
in Death Stranding.
So wait, does that mean
Interesting.
like they were short on money and they needed money or something, and they were like,
I
"Yo,
think it's just Kojima's like commentary on postmodernism. I don't know. It's
True.
fucking weird.
okay."
the
He's
guy-
got Sony money. There's no
The
way.
guy's
it
a
was-
weird. He's a
Yeah,
weird
thing.
dude, but he
Yeah.
apparently makes great games. But
Sure.
this is his first game beyond Metal Gear Solid, and it's very divisive right now. Whether that continues to be that way, I think this game will be a mainstream cult classic, if that makes any sense at all.
Sure, that makes a lot of sense.
Okay.
So, I think when I eventually beat it, I'll let you guys know.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna see what you like. Wait and see what you say about the game,
I
and
wanna
then
play it.
make that opinion on whether I buy it when it comes out on PC or if maybe I just watch somebody do a playthrough on YouTube. And
Do you
just
like
experience
watching
it.
people do playthroughs?
I don't
can't.
normally do
I
it
hate it.
because I prefer to play the game. But if this game is so much through the
No,
story,
no. As opposed to doing a non-commentary playthrough, like, would you rather have someone, like, sorry, it's kind of a
like talking during it,
Yeah.
probably not.
yeah.
At least not during the cutscene stuff. Like when people are playing cutscenes and they make comments, I'm like, shut up, I'm trying to listen. But yeah, I think I'll wait and see what you say to make me decide whether I want to experience this myself or if I'm just gonna maybe go on
From
YouTube.
what I read, the average game time people would be against like 40 hours.
Holy fuck!
But the thing is, this game seems like something like is different from person to person. So
Yeah, like
can you really judge based off what someone else says?
True.
the thing. Like I was literally like
How
after
close are your tastes? Like I don't know, right? So
Like,
Yeah.
well, I got him to Mass Effect, so
wanna
I
play
trust
Mass
I
Effect
trust
again.
Nick when it comes
Yeah.
to video games. He knows good games
so
for the
like,
most part. He has a couple opinions that I want to smack him for, but you know.
and it's the right opinions.
Mm.
Anyways, I was gonna say now, yeah, I don't know. Like
you talking about how
obviously,
you were gonna beat it.
how so I was kind of like scared of buying it because of all the reviews came in. Like either people loved it or people didn't like it. And I was like, I'm gonna spend $90 and not know what the hell I'm getting.
Yeah.
So far, I'm enjoying it.
So far, the gamble paid off.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, that is what I've been playing. A very confused look on Death Stranding.
So a normal look.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank
I
you.
appreciate you trying to bring together the craziness
You know,
that
if-
is that game.
If these
into
guys
us.
say my D&D campaign sucks, I'm just be like, I'm a genius. You don't understand what's going
Yeah,
on.
you just can't comprehend the creativity.
That's usually what
in
I
this
say
one.
anyways when I need a cop
But now
out.
you have like reference. You'd
Yeah.
be like, look, Kojima does it. Come on.
So that's been what we've been playing.
Well, I guess let's just jump right into it. Worlds happened. The
League of
finals
Legends.
for
Yeah.
League of Legends
What did you think, Sean?
happened on Sunday.
What I think?
Yeah.
No, before you even say it, I just want to say, y'all, every time I brought up FPX, they only won because the other team's worse. They ain't not that good. 3-0'd. They 3-0 G2, who beat SKT.
Dude, G2 looked not great in that. They looked
Oh.
really bad.
Blow it out your ass. Give them some credit. They won the freaking
I'll say
tournament.
the
No, FPX?
Yeah.
Yeah, I give FPX credit, but G2 looked
But
like
it's like every time I brought them up, you're like, oh,
Garbage.
Fnatic
The
just sucks.
the
Oh,
unsung-
IG just sucks.
they did, I think.
the unsung
Apparently-
MVP of that finals was their FPX AD carry.
Yeah. He broke a record, by the way.
Didn't
He is
die,
the
right?
first player to ever go deathless in a world final.
Like no matter what, like he just always seemed to be in the right spot to do damage. Like
Yeah.
it was like, and everybody was like looking at Doing B and TM like. The LWX guy just fucking just pumping out damage like crazy. It's insane.
I will say he played super well, but I think the two best players in that series were TN and Crisp.
Well, yeah, I was saying the
Crisp was like for support as a role, it has its like metas where it's important, but it's never like usually like the star position. Crisp like looked clean as
That's
fuck
what
on support.
that's what I like
He
about
looked
support.
like he was carrying
Yeah.
certain plays.
Yeah.
As support, and he was on Thresh. Like Thresh is a pick thing, but he's not like somebody who win or loses an entire
He had
team
a couple,
fight.
couple flash hooks.
Yeah, he had some really nice plays. He played super well
Yeah.
around the pike in the first game to not let the pike reset off of the squishiest and
Yeah,
lowest level
that
target.
stopwatch. Yeah, I
He had
remember that.
stopwatches. He had flashes out of like he was clean as hell.
Mhm.
But yeah, I agree. Like everyone and LWX especially not like dying once the whole series. Like hot damn.
I think FPX is outclassed G2.
Oh yeah. First game was probably the most competitive game, and then
Yeah.
second was a stomp, and third was like a little slower, and then just ended up being a stomp anyways. Overall a good finals. You know, I think everyone would have liked to see it go a little further.
Sure. Yeah, yeah.
This is the third year now that we've had a 3-0
Mm-hmm.
in the World Finals, but damn, nobody would have predicted FPX. Like,
except Jat.
yeah, Jat was the only
TSM Jat.
person.
He's like
All the other analysts, including the ones on air and the ones off air who posted their picks on Twitter, all
Yeah.
of them were saying G2. Everyone thought G2 beat SKT. They're coming in. This is their time. And
funny how
wow.
Jat was like saying, yeah, the whole bench here will be G2 and that's fine, but the real answer here is FPX.
I think
that was funny.
I think G2 didn't play close to even what they were capable of playing. I think their draft
Should I
sucked.
bring it out?
What? No, I'm just talking. I think their draft
Should
sucked.
I bring him
You
out?
should.
Okay.
I think their drafts weren't great. What's happening here? Okay, am I like just about to be embarrassed?
No, keep going.
Okay.
Keep going.
Oh my God, Nick. So, anyways,
Oh,
like I was
thank
saying-
you, sir.
Oh, okay, here I want some too.
No. You keep talking.
Wait.
Keep
Okay.
talking.
So, yeah, like I said, their drafts weren't great.
Mm-hmm.
They looked lost in all the games. Why? First of all, game one, why pick Pike into Nautilus? Come on, like, don't you think this is like, what you think that they played really well and this
FPX?
FPX? No, G2. You guys think G2 played really well and FPX is just that much better than like them?
Let me finish these few pieces.
You tell me.
No, I don't think so. I think
Go popcorn.
okay.
Okay. Do I think G2 played
Now
perfectly?
give me some.
No. But I think, I don't know, maybe this is just different ways we look at the game. But you have this like feeling that perfection is a obtainable thing that's going to happen in League.
Mm-hmm.
No team is ever going to play perfectly. Ever.
Okay.
Ever.
Okay.
We're humans. There's no such thing as perfection. And I think a really good team makes another really good team look not as good,
Not good.
by forcing them to
Yeah.
make mistakes.
Okay.
And I think that's what happened this series. I will say the Pike pick was questionable as hell. I don't think Pike into Nautilus was something that they should have gone for. There was other
Makes sense to
choices
me.
they could have easily gone for.
TF might have been good.
Yeah, there's a few choices that they could have gone for, and I feel like not only that, but Doomby's play early because he went top with TN
Yeah.
like 4 or 5 times,
That's
outroamed the Pike, shoved it and outroamed because the Pike couldn't shove against, and I don't know if that's just not preparation against the
But that's
Nautilus
to
pick.
me. To me, that's not FPX playing well. It's just something that they're allowed to do
That-
because their draft is like.
Yeah, that particular part I will give to draft, but I
Yeah.
think a lot of the games, like, I think they answered the map and they made plays around the map. Like when the bot wave was pushing, I think this was game 3. Was it game 3 when he was on Trist?
Who?
Game
Caps?
2, he was on Trist.
Yeah.
It was game 2 that Caps was on Trist?
Yes.
And he was bot lane, and he was sitting there with Wonder because they were trying to get a pick on somebody, and FPX just went and did Baron. Like, they completely baited G2 to think that they were going to be pushing the side wave, and G2 thought they were going to get a pick on the carry and be able to make a play, and FPX had already
True.
rotated.
Yeah.
I don't think that G2 showed the absolute peak that they played, but I think this was a better team or a good team
Mhm.
making another good team look bad by
Okay.
forcing plays around the map.
I also said in that conversation we had on Discord that I don't think I didn't think the quality of games at this tournament was that stellar to me. Like I feel like none of these teams every team made mistakes. I think it's possible.
But I feel like
To
that's
play a
happened
game-
every year
Yeah.
because there's no such thing as perfection.
Okay, I'm not saying perfection, but I think it's possible to not make like large macro mistakes in League of Legends. Don't agree with me? And I think stuff like that is a macro mistake. What you just mentioned.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is it's a forced mistake. Like a good team is just
It-
playing.
I don't think it's a forced. You think that you think that's an unforced error? On
I think
G2's side.
like
no,
the Trist play
See,
itself.
FPX forced G2 to make errors.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't think
yeah.
G2 was just not playing well
No,
the whole
I agree,
time.
I
I
agree.
think that
I think it was a mix of both.
Yeah, but that's what happens when you have two good teams. They force each, look at the SKT G2 series, which I will say that series was crazy to watch
Yeah.
because they were trading objectives, but they were forcing each other to be reactionary
Sure,
and to make
sure.
plays around the map. And a couple times, a lot of people got caught out because it's just the whole time you're adapting, you're trying to move around the map and everything, and you're trying to go and contest vision because, like you said, vision is much more confined. You don't have vision of the map, you have vision of areas, and you have to move your areas of vision around with the limited wards and stuff like that. And I think that's just the way the meta is that
Yeah, that's my problem with the game.
and that's the thing is I don't
It's
think
my problem.
I don't think the quality of games have dropped. I think it's just you don't like the
The
way
style.
the meta's played it.
I don't like the style of the game.
I think that's where the
It-
issue comes
It's
for
been
you.
like that for like a couple years
yeah,
now,
it
man.
has, and I've had it.
You
I've
want
had-
it back to where
You want season 3, 4 where like you can buy a bajillion
No,
wards
I don't.
and had the
I don't
whole
want
map
that
lit up.
either. But I think the game right now is like there are a lot of offensive options in the game, and there are very few defensive options in the game.
I disagree because in that whole SK2 G2 series, SKT was ahead the entire time. G2 played really well from behind and won every.
Okay, but that's not necessarily defense. You know what I'm talking about? Like by defensive option, I mean, like when someone is aggressing on you, you have options to take otherwise on the map, both in like a team comp, in a team fight, and like when you're getting aggressed on the map, when waves are being pushed into you and stuff like that. When you're losing, I think now I might be wrong. Okay, I might be wrong. I'm not saying this is fact. This is an opinion. When you're getting pushed on in today's game, you have no options. All you can do is sit at your turret and clear the waves. There's no way to like push back into the game unless pressure falls off somewhere. That's all that's all you gotta do. You gotta just wait for pressure to naturally fall off. You have no way to fortify your defenses. You have no way to
When did League ever have that though?
like maybe season 6.
Like what?
The
What
Ardent Sensor meta.
No, that was like season 8, I think.
What was something to force your
Like okay, like
fortify your defenses?
okay, maybe fortified defenses is the wrong term, but I
Remember the laser turrets? How fun that was.
laser turret. No, that was like for a
Or
pre-patch.
banner command minions. Ardent Sensor meta.
Banner Command was not too terrible. Like I didn't mind it that much.
It was
okay,
pretty
but
bad.
hold on. Okay, so like I just feel like there's
Like I feel like in every meta in League, if you're getting pushed on or whatever, it's up to you to find a play by if your opponent missteps when they're pushing, or you find like just a favorable fight. Like I don't remember, and correct me if I'm wrong, I don't remember any meta where there was any other option. Like you're losing the game, you're getting suffocated. That's kind of what happens.
okay. I don't like remember anything, but I have this feeling, might be wrong.
So you got a claim.
Sorry?
You got a claim?
That's some more popcorn.
Okay, but I have this feeling that like the game doesn't really like it only rewards like hyper aggression in the moment. There's no such thing as a long-term plan in League of Legends currently.
It's definitely a more high tempo meta. I
Yeah.
will say that. I'll agree with you on that.
There's no such thing as like planning for 10 minutes from now. You plan for the next minute. It's pretty much like the game is
Occasionally, I think there still can be long
like
term.
I think the game is so like simplified now. Like remember I talked about simplification, that like even us when we play together, we generally know what a good play is, right? I think a good play shouldn't be so obvious. I think you should have to think hard about and a good play shouldn't be like, oh, this is the right play to do here, so let's go do it. Like I don't know. That's the kind of style of game I like, because I like the kind of style of game where the risk that you enter isn't a known quantity. There is an unknown to it. Right now, it's just like if you start a fight, you just gotta hope that your team gets there faster, your numbers get there faster than the enemy's numbers. That's what fights come down to today.
I mean, like, yes, when you have advantage in numbers, you usually do better in fights.
Okay, yeah. But like you can't stall fights. You can't outside of like stopwatch. You can't kite a fight.
Okay,
really.
stopwatch is a little bit of a problem.
Yes,
and right
I agree.
now,
I agree.
I think stopwatches. I haven't liked that item since they brought it in, because I know they've nerfed it to where you can only use it past 10 minutes. Yada yada. But
I think the rune should go.
yeah, I hope that that's something in preseason that gets addressed, because it's just like everyone runs it, or not everyone, but a lot of classes do, and it just I don't know. I think it's too much value for a
Like,
rune.
Like I was talking about
Especially like
Baron
a
and stuff.
non-major rune.
Yeah.
I was talking about Baron, even Dragon,
Okay,
even Rift Herald. Like all these neutral objectives aren't neutral, really, when you think about it. They just exist as rewards.
Rewards for vision around them, though.
No. Okay, sure, yes, but rewards for
'Cause you don't fight over the Baron. You fight for control of it, and by getting control is by having
Yeah.
vision. And usually, when you don't have vision, you end up having to face check, and then you fight. And then
Mhm.
if you win the vision game, you get it as a reward. So I'll agree with you; it's a reward, but I don't think that it being there doesn't. It causes fights, but the fights aren't for battling it. The fights are to control that place on the map
It rewards
and get it.
It rewards a team that's able to control the area the best.
Yeah.
Sorry, say that again?
It rewards a team that's able to control that area. If you don't control that area,
Sure.
you're gonna gain that reward.
I don't know.
And that takes like that's not like a minute. That's like several minutes of setup to get that
Yeah.
next dragon
Yeah,
or
yeah,
baron, because
yeah.
like you know what's coming up.
Yeah.
But like you can still like, hey, we need to get vision around here so we can set up our
Well,
vision or set up the control of it.
I don't know. But it's known, like the other team will know that you're doing that. There's no like
Because that's what you gotta fight over vision for. Like, yeah, the whole entire time both teams are fighting over that area. It's a back and forth moving the trench lines.
So are you wanting it where it's like if you don't see them, there's like 5 things that team could be doing, and you have to figure out, instead of being like, oh, they just have control over Baron, we have to go get it back.
yeah, because I
Is
feel
that
like the
what you want?
game's simple like that. Like there's just 2 things to do.
So
There's no 6-man, there's no slow pushing anymore. I hate that there's no slow pushing anymore. There's no such thing as a 6-man. The big wave that you could build,
Yeah.
and there's no such thing as that anymore. And it bothers me so much.
So if I'm humoring you and saying, okay, this is, I agree with you. I don't necessarily, but to humor you for this, what is a fix to the, like, what is something that, do you have any ideas off the top of your head, or maybe think of something for
like-
next week that could help?
Sure, I can think of something, but
Okay.
maybe one thing I was thinking about, like when we were having this conversation, I was thinking like you could make Baron like not so easy to take because it dies so fast with Mountain Drakes.
It's funny. There's been like Barons throughout its history of League has gone through phases where it's super easy to take, super hard. And I remember when they made it like really aggressive and did a ton of damage.
No, not a ton of
then
damage.
they dialed it
it's just
back.
squishy as hell right now.
Yeah, but the Baron also severely debuffs you right now.
Yeah, true.
So
true.
like if a team starts a fight starts up Baron, another team can come in and like wipe them out because Baron is consistently debuffing that team.
Yeah, I mean this is a good point. You're right.
Now, do you think Baron's too squishy, or do you think Mountain Drake's too strong?
Okay, like that is just semantics, right? Like I'm not like we could talk about like the tiny details and
Yeah.
what makes what all day long, but I think what I want to focus on, what's important to me, is that the game just seems like you do A, and then when you do A, you have A and B, and then that's it. Like you just do A into B into C, and then that's it. Like there's no
I get what you're saying. I just don't
Creativity.
ever remember a League meta where it wasn't like that. Like there's
Maybe.
always just been Dragon and Baron. There's always
Maybe.
been towers. Like there's never been like a plethora of like decisions that you make. There's never been like 40 things that you could do
Yeah.
on a map. Like at the end of the day, you've got to take their base and you've got to capture the
like
neutral objectives.
like counter jungling isn't a thing. You can't starve the enemy jungler out of camps anymore. You know
Not
what I mean?
necessarily true.
You don't think so? You can't. There's no way. Junglers always. What
Brides made it so that the jungle starves the jungler itself anyway. So
do you mean?
the jungle experience sucks.
Yeah, like,
So, like,
but like besides that, like
the jungle starves
if
itself.
I literally am a jungler and I steal like like your entire quadrant of your map, that's half your jungle. You're still gonna be the same level as me. I'm not gonna have a huge like. Try it. Like go into, like you steal another. Like there's no like.
But you
I don't know.
can't steal unless your team doesn't have pressure on the map. Like if if I want to go invade top jungle, I can't do
No,
it
yeah,
unless
sure.
like top
I'm
laners.
just saying that option doesn't exist anymore. That's what frustrates me. That there aren't like all these options that were there have just kind of been
Because the poacher's knife is gone. Whatever it was
watched out. No,
called.
and besides that, like it's not just about poacher's knife. It's just like I don't like that tracker's knife is gone. Yeah, that's the one I think. Whatever, but like the game is just too simple, and because of that, I think it's too simple. It's hard to get an accurate read on the strength of teams, and so when people are playing, you don't know if they're really a great team, if they just like won in that specific set of circumstances, or if you know what I mean, right?
I get what you're saying in the game being like simplified. I don't agree with you, but I see where you're coming from. But I don't get this. Oh, because they won in this simplified meta, we don't know if they're good.
Yeah.
I don't
think so?
No, not at all. Everyone has the same game, whether it's simplified or complex. Everyone has the game, and
Yeah.
this team beat all the teams
Okay, so
at that
yes,
game.
this
So
team
they're still the best league team.
in
They're
this
still
meta.
and
In this meta.
that makes them a great team.
in this meta.
Sure.
with-
I mean, that's the only
Yeah.
sample we have. We haven't seen FPX in a different meta. Like
Yeah.
this, there's only one meta at a time, right? But I don't think that you can discredit teams simply because the meta is what you call like
Fair.
easy.
Okay.
Like,
Maybe I shouldn't maybe I'm deriding the teams and I'm not giving them to do because you're probably right. I don't do that. But I think it's fair for me to say that like you don't really know how good a team is in this meta because
I don't agree.
You don't agree? Okay.
No.
I
Fair
mean,
enough.
like TL did win LCS 4 times in a row. Look what happened to them in Worlds.
They did so well in it's so hard. Like it's so
I ju-
flip floppy. You
I
know
just
what I mean?
wanted to make fun of TL. That's all. I didn't want to.
Like I feel like teams are like Fnatic, week 2 Fnatic, or like whatever. Like like there's so many things where they look so great and then they look so terrible, and there's no consistency. It's so hard to be consistent in today's league because
I think it's just because everything's competitive.
it could be that. You're right. It could be that, and maybe all this is just invented in my head. But I think it's because of all the reasons I said.
Fair.
Well, I think we've bored them enough lead talk.
Yeah. I will say one thing. The main reason FPX won is because the world song was called Phoenix. It was stacked against G2 from the
I
start.
mean, like today gave me reason to buy popcorn, so like I'm happy
It's
either
true.
way.
It's true.
Just-
For anyone who's still around after in-depth league talk. I don't know if we scared away our listeners.
Hopefully not. Hopefully
Hopefully
not.
not.
Hopefully people.
Shall we get into some more
Yeah.
news?
do it.
Um,
Oh yeah, next year's League of Legends the World Championship series, finals, group stage, play-ins, all that is being held in Shanghai and 5 other cities.
Yeah, it's gonna be a
Uh,
pretty big thing.
yeah, I'm excited.
we'll pray for the players and their travel times. They're
Yeah.
gonna be exhausted. Although
Mhm.
China's not that big of a country, but you're still
Yeah,
traveling
you're not
week to
traveling
week.
through time zones, but either way, it'll be exciting. So, we got a new character, a new DLC character in Smash,
Did we talk about this last week? I don't
No,
remember.
no, didn't.
No?
because it came out. When was the reveal? The 6th, I think it was. So, Terry Bogard finally was released, and there was a 45.
Oh, well, the meme's over, but whatever. Sure. Whole point of popcorn was just the meme on it.
So, 45 minutes to showcase this. And it was awesome. They did like a whole going back into the history of what is it?
It was so cool.
Is it
King
SNK?
of Fighters, all those games.
What
I
was
think
the system
SNK was a
called?
company.
Neo
Geo, yeah.
Neo Geo, yeah. Went into like what the console was, going into SNK, going into not only the game Fatal Fury, but also the oh my god, why am I blanking on it? The King
of Fighters?
Fighters, yeah.
King of Fighters was a tournament in Fatal Fury.
Yeah, and then it became its own
I didn't know
game.
this.
It became its own game and it had its own like characters that were created and everything. So we got like a whole history lesson on that. And then they showed off Terry. Easily the most complicated DLC character.
Oh yeah, You think so?
Probably up there with one of the most complicated characters to play in
Yep.
the game.
Okay.
He has a lot of core fighting moves that have a lot of directional input to pull them off. In Smash, it's a lot of just tilts or smashes in a direction to use your move. This one you've got to like do like down, side, forward, like a lot of the traditional fighting stuff, which Smash isn't known for outside of like Ryu and Ken. So they made him have that authentic feel. His kit looks pretty cool. A lot of throwbacks to original stuff that he did in the games, and they mentioned like each move, like what game it was showcased in. Like he's got his one of his range moves where he throws fire, and it was introduced in like the second game that he was in, and they were explaining like how some of his moves were transformed to fit the Smash.
They being, what's his name?
Sakurai, like explaining what they did at like his team did to create this, and how certain limitations, like for his move where he throws fire on the ground or like whatever it is and it goes across, that was always only a ground move in the Fatal Fury games, but in this game you can also use it in the air, but it's shorter and doesn't fly across the air. It just kind of fades in front of you, and he just going into all the detail about that was really cool. And on top of it, the amount of content that comes with this, like
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
these DLC packs are the definition of value. You look at any other video game, you're paying $8 for like the color blue on a character in their game. You pay $6, you get a DLC character who the amount of like work that goes into making these characters and making them authentic and true to their original games is incredible. On top of that, they build a unique stage that is from that world about that character. I'll get into Terry's stage in a minute. They bring over and sometimes remix music
Which they did
from
for this
the
one.
game. Yeah. So they'll bring over actual songs. They might remix them to fit Smash, which they did also with Banjo-Kazooie. They sped up a couple of them to kind of have more of a fighting theme to it. And all of this is $6.
How many songs were on
About
this?
50, isn't
So
it?
yeah, for Terry Bogard, they brought in 50 songs, and
Jeez.
Sakurai even said that as a collective they came up with about 50 songs from the Fatal Fury and King of Fighters universe, and said, okay, we're gonna send this out to them at SNK and see, maybe they'll give us 10 or 20, and they came back and said, yeah, have them all, and they're like, well, I guess we're making 50 songs. A few of them are remixes, but they brought 50 songs in. Not only that, but this pack. So this stage, it's a really cool stage in that you can't fall off of it, but you also can't walk out of it.
Mm-hmm.
So how in stages where there's no fall off, you can just
Yeah.
walk off the stage and you'll die? In this one, there's walls. So it's like a traditional fighter, but every time you get hit into the wall. The higher damage you've taken, the more into the wall you get hit, and if you're really high in damage taken, you'll get hit and go through the wall and then die. And that was kind of like a mechanic they brought in because in the fighting games you could like get thrown through walls
Sure,
and
yeah.
get like take damage and stuff like that. So that's kind of their way of incorporating it, but in Smash. And also if you're really close to the wall when you get hit, that factors
Yep.
in how far through the wall you go. And I thought that was super cool.
I think
like,
it has something to do with like how fast you're going at the point
yeah,
of impact.
and this is a stage we've never seen before, but it
Yeah.
feels so Smash still, and it works. And it'll be interesting to see. I don't know if it'll ever be as competitive because of its different take, but
Probably not.
it'll be cool to see like what characters thrive in this kind of environment as opposed to the traditional stages we see in Smash. I don't think it'll be in competitive, but just for people playing around, like this could be Little Mac's stage because we know he's got
Right.
Wolf.
he's got Wolf, yeah.
Wolf, not. I mean,
Wolf would
worry
be
about
pretty
falling
good.
off the map.
So that was really cool. And on top of that, for the stage, they have characters that are in the background, depending on the
Right.
music that's playing.
Right.
And they animated 20 characters from the Fatal Fury game and King of Fighters games throughout all of them. Like some of them were like one of them was like his stepbrother, one of them was the villain, one of them
Mhm.
was like the main character of one of the other games, and all of them
They're all
come out.
related.
Pardon?
They're all related. There's like Jeff
Yeah.
Bogard and
There's a whole bunch
there's
of
a
them.
whole family.
but all of them come out through different songs, and they're all animated in the background.
and aren't they
And all
also
that-
assist trophies as well, or
None of them are assist trophies. No.
Sorry, no.
So
I
you
mean,
can't.
stickers,
Yeah.
fucking know.
For sorry. Oh crap. What is it called?
spirits.
Spirits. Thank you.
Yeah.
Dropping popcorn. All this is $6. Like it just blows my mind how much work
And it
gets
also
put into these.
the game just gets a free update too, right? Like the patch comes with like tournament mode, quality of life things,
Yeah.
like
and there's
chat
just free
and
patch,
whatever,
yeah.
and so damn dude.
It blows my mind how much value and stuff comes into
Mhm.
this. The one funny thing is there's a character in the games called Mai, and she wears very seductive and limited clothing.
Okay.
And
Okay.
Sakurai, in the actual demo, he's like, you may have noticed we left out a very because apparently she's like probably a big character in the game.
Okay.
He's like, you may have noticed that we left out a more prominent character in the
Mhm.
series. And he says, and I quote, Super Smash Brothers is for good boys and girls. And that's why they
Is that what
left
it
her.
meant? Oh, I didn't get that.
Wait,
At the time.
what?
I was like,
why?
He said Super Smash Brothers is for good boys and girls of all ages. And that's why they
see.
couldn't include her because I looked up her character to see what it looks like. She wears extremely limited clothing. like
What's her name?
Mai. Just type in Fatal Fury Mai. I don't know what her last name is.
Fatal-
But very thin clothing over the front. Her whole butt shows. So not a Super Smash Brothers thing. But it was just so funny that like just
Oh.
yeah.
Okay.
So you can see why that doesn't fit in Smash Brothers, right?
Yeah. That's. You can reach that.
that's fine.
But it was just
That's
it was
I think
so
that's one of the more tamer pictures.
yeah. Just
Gotta
hit,
grow up
his
sometimes.
Yeah.
well it's E for everyone,
yeah.
right? Like sexual content that
Yeah.
could you can't add that because of rating.
Yeah.
But I just the way he addressed it, I thought that was hilarious. But oh, Jesus Christ, Nick, get away from that. You're gonna find some Rule 34 soon. You don't want to see that. Uh-oh. Ethan, why are you dropping your phone, bud?
Pokemon.
So, I haven't played him yet. I'm going to give him a shot. I don't know if he'll be my style because he's more of a traditional fighter and I suck at those games, so I like to go for the easier characters. But I know I've said this a million times, I'm a broken record, but I still just can't get over how much work goes into this.
Yep.
And then we have like the color red
it's
for
it's
for
worth
$10.
way more than $6
Oh, yeah.
easily. What are you laughing at?
Nick, just close it.
What are you
See? This is why we can't have this in Smash. Because Nick. I'm just
Sure.
it makes me feel there's still hope in video games.
Yeah.
There's still devs who just have so much passion for their like
that
watching
yeah.
Sakurai
Yes.
demonstrate the characters. By the way, when he's demonstrating all the moves, he's controlling both of them.
Mhm, yeah, yeah.
Like he has
Yeah,
the
two
controllers
controllers,
on
yeah.
the thing and he's using them like he's insane. But just watching, you can just feel that he's passionate about what he's doing.
Yeah.
He takes pride in his work, and that's why he's delivering such authentic, true to its nature content, and with so much detail.
I
And
don't
feel
even
like
play Smash.
I
but
feel like so many games are just like, oh, this will sell for $10. Fuck it, throw it on there.
Yeah,
You know what I
There's a
mean?
Fatal Fury like movies and stuff like that.
Is there?
Yeah.
Probably.
Just
But-
Mortal Kombat had a movie.
If you ever want to like find a dev who's still, and I'm not saying all devs are money grubbing. Like I know a lot of them care, but like passion, Sakurai has it. He's filled with it, and that's why I'm so excited for the next DLC character and all the other ones that they said they're going to add. Because I just every time he delivers one, all 4 so far have just been so true and so good.
Smash really seems like, I don't know, it's just like you said. I think these were
There's a
were the
live-
celebration of like just games and
Yeah,
fighters,
it's
so.
like look at how many games they've pulled characters from.
There was a
It's
live
crazy.
action King of Fighters movie.
Really?
That was released 2009.
Oh shit! Is it reviewed well though?
You really want to
1.2.
Didn't think so.
3 out of 10 on IMDb.
Solid. Better than Haywire probably.
Well, I didn't go with you guys to that movie.
Oh yeah, you lucked out. But yeah, just wanted to mention that like best $25 I've
Actually,
ever spent.
Haywire
is on the
actually
5
reviewed better.
characters. Did it?
Yeah, 5.8 out of 10.
Shit.
80% Rotten Tomatoes too.
I guess going back, I meant to mention this when we were talking about League. League Worlds Final also broke a record
Right. Most viewed.
for most concurrent viewers on Twitch. Previously held by a recent event done by Fortnite when they had the Black Hole event to transition into Season 2.
Really?
And that hit 1.6 million
1.6
concurrent
million people watched the
viewers
Black
on
Hole.
Twitch
Yeah.
only. And Worlds 2019, people say League's dying. Well, it just broke that record, 1.7 million.
League is
And
not
that's
dying.
Twitch alone. We
Yeah.
know that there's a big amount of people who watch it on YouTube, and Riot has been pushing people to watch on lolesports.com by having missions where they
Right.
reward you with icons or
And these
or-
are not the numbers for
this is
Chinese
Twitch.
population, right?
No, yeah, this
Yeah.
is just like Twitch. I don't know what the
I don't know if you can actually get the Chinese viewer numbers at all.
Mm.
But-
So
damn.
Yeah.
League's still
Guys,
going
Le-
strong.
League's dying. Did you know
Yeah.
that? But
Um,
speaking of Fortnite,
Actually, speaking of League, really quickly,
Okay.
I can't wait for Wild Rift to come out. That's coming to Switch, which means
no,
that
it's not.
No.
yeah, it is.
No, it's not. It's coming at the Xbox, PlayStation, mobile.
It's coming to Switch too.
Is
I
it?
don't
The reason
Thanks.
I know that is because I watched a 9-minute Chinese commercial for it. There's a dude in a taxi on a Switch playing the game.
Playing Wild Rift?
Yeah.
But you
Fuck.
can't play online on the Switch
I don't know.
unless you're on Wi-Fi.
Fake news.
So maybe it is fake news.
That'd be sick. I'd definitely love to play on my Switch.
But-
I
League on the
wouldn't-
go.
I would not like
I
that.
want to get this guy.
He used to play.
Okay, not gonna happen. It's fine.
It's free.
It's free.
Look at this guy. First he was like, I'm not going to pay for it.
And then he's like, shit, I need another excuse.
Just say it's a bad game and you're fine with that. Yeah, it's League. League's a shit game.
No, the one that they're making is like a much more
They're building it from the
simplified
ground up on
Yeah.
for.
to be with the controls. But anyways,
But anyways, you mentioned Fortnite before,
yes,
and Fortnite and the Royal Canadian Legion. Is that what they're called?
yes,
The Royal Canadian Legion came together in honor of Remembrance Day, which is today we're recording.
Yeah.
Veterans
Veterans Day if you live in the United States.
They don't matter states. Fine, we're in Canada, Brad.
Fair.
We're in Canada.
I'm just
all right?
catering to the North American audience, and let's be honest, nobody thinks about Canada when they talk about North America.
Well,
so
you know what?
we think
Payback
about
time.
Canada. Yeah,
No, anyways, yes, Veterans Day in the States. They get a day off actually for Veterans Day, which is kind of like why? Why can't we get the day off?
we have enough holidays. We can't
No,
complain.
we need more.
Do we really though?
Yes.
We have a decent amount of holidays.
Anyway.
Anyways, that's a whole other topic.
The Royal Canadian Legion got together with Epic Games to create a custom-made map in Fortnite in honor of Remembrance Day. So what they did was that they created the beaches in Normandy, trenches from World War I, and a recreation of the Vimy Memorial that is in Ottawa.
No, in France.
I swear it's in Ottawa.
There might be a replica in Ottawa, but
That's what
the actual one is on Vimy Ridge.
well, I know
in
that,
France.
but I think they're basing off the Ottawa one.
Oh, maybe.
Anyways, yeah, so what's cool is that it's a special code you have to get to input into the game to like get the map. It's a
You go to this place called Remembrance Island.
yeah, and what's cool is that you can't attack each other on this island. Like it's violence free as they call it, and it's their way of like getting gamers and younger people to like learn about what Remembrance Day is and what it's for. And there's like all these interactables around the map that you can look at. It's like, this is what this is for. This is the history behind it and all that. And what's cool is that usually in Remembrance Day, you have your whole like moment of silence at 11 a.m. So they're asking in direct like to the gamers, hey, at 11 p.m. on Remembrance Day, take a moment of silence, because we all know gamers stay up late playing video games, right?
Yeah.
So like I thought this is like a really cool thing, like one in honor to remember all the people lost in the wars, all the soldiers and all that, and two, like finding a unique way
Yeah.
to connect with a younger audience that's
Bring
not
people
like
in.
Yeah.
awkward and cringy and
Mhm.
weird. This is actually like
Very true.
a pretty decent way to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's Fortnite, so how good can it really be? But I appreciate the
Fortnite
sentiment.
is still one of the biggest games in the world.
Yeah, yeah.
So like
it was a joke.
And it's just, if you think about, like, thankful for this. I mean, there's still violence throughout the world, but nothing to the scale that was the First and the Second World War, and thankfully that hasn't happened again. But the further and further we get away from that, the less, other than people being taught about what happened, the less people, are familiar with what happened as people pass away who were alive during that era. So I think it's still important, through the school system we still teach about it and everything, but it's important that people still learn about this history. And
Yeah,
I
no,
think it's
for sure.
this is a great way to reach out to people. Maybe there might be some people where their parents don't teach them about this, or maybe the school system is a little, I don't know, I'm sure they still do it the same way they did when we went, but this is just a nice way to just remind people what today's
Also,
about.
it's very
and
inclusive, right? It's like welcoming
it's
people.
Yeah,
otherwise-
it's literally talking about people playing video games. They don't care who
Yeah.
you are,
Yeah.
what you are.
it's awesome. And I just, especially something like this that was made, I'm sure like it didn't take too much effort, but it took effort to make and design this, and there's no profit behind it.
Mhm.
The company just did this as a thing to help bring, like, spread awareness and just create something nice. And I think it's really nice to see something like this made for the gaming world. It's a really cool thing.
It is.
Um
Moving on from the heavy stuff.
we kind of talked about League and Smash, and this one kind of deals with both of those. Echo Fox,
Right.
which was, I guess I should say, an esports brand, had a spot in the LCS. A lot of legal issues and a whole bunch of crap happened. They have now lost their spot to Evil Geniuses. I think we did mention
Not only-
that before.
And they've also like.
But now they've
Yep.
pretty much completely folded,
Mhm.
and all their players are essentially free agents.
Mhm.
They are under no brand, and it's unfortunate for a lot of these players. You lose a bit of that job security, but there's some pretty big names, and I think that they are going to get picked up so fast. We talked about fighting, so a couple of the big names out there. We have Sonic Fox, who, if anyone doesn't know, competes in both, is it Mortal Kombat and Dragon Ball?
Dragon Ball, yeah.
It
Those-
just destroys both of
And
them.
he has won Evo, I think, multiple times. But he's been an Evo champion, and he is one of the best
Mhm.
fighting game players out there, I would say. And then MKLeo, who is currently dominating Super Smash Bros. Ultimate competitive. He's won majority of the tournaments this year that he's been in, as well as an OG in a competitive fighting game that you love, in Mewtwo King, Melee player. So all of these three under the brand are now free agents.
Big names. All
Big
of them.
names. And I think I give it less than a month before they're scooped up by somebody.
Yeah.
C9 MKLeo. I'm hoping that would be so sick, because I don't know.
Yeah, just
They don't
especially
really
after
have-
you just lost two of your players, right?
I was gonna talk about that after, but before I get to that sad news, I don't think they have a Smash Ultimate player,
No.
and if they do, I haven't seen them like high up. Like TSM's got Tweak.
I feel like they have someone, and I feel like I've seen. The
I haven't
C9
seen
brand.
anyone in like
Okay, so maybe
top-
not. Maybe
top.
not. Then.
Like if they do, that person does
Okay.
not do well or
Mhm.
plays well. But that'd be sick if C9 got on top of this. I don't know if they will, but that would be
Yeah.
awesome. EG might simply just be like, "Hey,
True. We'll pick up your contract. or whatever.
We're gonna grab you and scoop you up." That could easily happen. But speaking of EG, they also stole 2 players from Cloud9's roster in League of Legends, which makes me sad.
Yes, it's not official yet.
It's not official yet, but it's all but official.
But if the rumors are true, fucking Sneaky's going to support and Sven's coming.
I
in
don't
and saying they
believe
care.
that stuff. This stuff was a different leak. I don't believe that stuff.
The guy who leaked this information was right about all the TSM leaks in the past.
Yeah, I know.
You
but
don't want. You don't want
Sneaky
to believe
support
that
makes
stuff.
0 sense to me.
Yeah,
What
but
if-
it makes sense in terms of like Sneaky has a great mind for the game. Maybe his mechanics can't keep up anymore.
Yeah, but why would you put him in a role that he's never played? Why wouldn't you just get a support main?
Literally, you can thank Perks because he moved from mid to AD carry and showed that
Yeah,
anybody can play AD carry.
But that was not. But he switched when he was still in his prime mechanically. If your reason that Sneaky's not playing AD carry anymore is mechanics, he shouldn't go on to support because you still need mechanics
High
to play
did the
that
same
role.
thing.
Yeah, with limited success. Plus, High was like a super genius tactician. Like C9 was lost without him.
Yeah, because-
it was like an emergency to keep him on because C9 looked like headless chicken.
Yeah,
without
because-
High.
Yeah.
no one knew how to shot call in that
Yeah.
team except High, who played like Dota with his little dudes.
Yeah,
He was basically playing. He was
was
actually
StarCraft.
like, there was two of him. There was one person like playing each of the characters, and him playing himself.
yeah, it's true. High's he's a beauty, but
That'd be weird, at the very least. I don't care one way or another if he goes to support or
yeah.
not. But to me, that'd be so
It'd be
weird.
Be
Interesting.
weird, and on top of that, not only like their support, but the MVP of Summer Split, Svenskeren, got picked up by EG.
I think Sven Skaren
Right
is
as he becomes an NA resident. This is the second time this has happened. They took Jensen when he was becoming an NA resident.
that's why they're so valuable.
Impact got taken. Arguably, it was earlier before he
do you
became
think
an NA
do you
resident.
think EG like bought out the contract from C9? Do you think C9
You would have to.
made
If
some money on this?
Sven Skaren was still on their contract,
Yeah.
EG would have to buy the contract.
But I'm just wondering, like, who else is going to be on their roster that makes Sven want to leave C9? Sure, C9 didn't come first; they came second, though. They're still a top team.
Maybe it was
either
just
that
about
or
the
EG gave him a huge amount
paycheck.
of money.
But
Yeah.
Jack and Cena have a history of doing this. Like ever since High left, they take players at their highest height and sell them off.
yeah,
They do have Impact, they do have Jensen, and now it's
Impact, I
Scaring.
forgot. Yeah.
but it just sucks.
The only person they didn't do it with so far is like
Just don't be a
they've never
C9 fan.
they've never
Pretty
sold
easy.
off Sneaky. They never sold Elimination. Media was just kind of fucking left.
He left,
Yeah.
right?
If
Look-
they sell off Licorice, I'm gonna snap.
Licorice is you can't at this point. Like if you
He's so good. He's
they
so.
I
freaking
think they
good.
literally lucked out with Licorice. Like I'm sure you could have seen like, oh, this guy will be a good top player in like
I wouldn't necessarily say
LCS.
lucked out. I feel like C9's done a good job at scouting.
They-
good
they-
talent.
yeah,
They've
they-
brought up a lot of good players.
They-
Contracts. I mean, he hasn't looked as good lately.
I think
but he
C9
had
is
a
probably the best team in NA to bring up players.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
they're-
then everyone
teams.
just buys them from them.
Or brings
They're like a
imports from
farming ground. They're
overseas.
like C9's like the farm team for NA. They get the talent, and everyone's like,
But then
oh,
they
thanks.
sell
oh,
that
thanks.
they sell talent off. They can just buy new talent.
Who the hell are they gonna buy in jungle?
Fuck, I don't know. We'll see. I think the
if
free
they bring a new NA player who's up and coming, I'd be down.
free agency the 21st November. I think it's when it starts.
There'll be a lot of news, but I'm frustrated.
We need more
by that.
teams like C9 to like be cultivating talent at like
Instead
a
of just-
semi-pro level.
Yeah. Anyways, enough about League, but I'm just tilted that my team's getting poached again.
Are you
because
ready
This
to-
happened last
Are you
year.
ready to be tilted again?
Oh, are we going into that now? Is it time?
Oh yeah, it
The
is.
Pokemon stuff.
So what's the first one? I want to hear you say it, Brad.
What, Dexit?
Dexit.
Well,
the
well,
hell's
the
Dexit?
national Dexing is kind of like, it's not.
Just Dexit.
It's never coming to Pokemon
No,
Stadium.
and
That's
they've already announced
hilarious.
it. They're about. I think the rumor is about 400 to 450. Maybe half the Pokemon are being cut from the game. That can't be transferred in or whatever. I think
Yeah.
it's around that. Don't quote me on that.
And they're
But yeah,
bringing.
they're calling it. All the people on Reddit who are angry are calling it Dexit.
Dexit.
I'll give them
Don't
points
kill
for
me.
creativity. You just throw popcorn.
Yeah. You never thrown popcorn
Why, you
But
throwing
why would
popcorn?
you not eat that?
because it dropped on this.
You're
You
okay.
I'm clumsy.
But yes, it has been known for a while that national Dex is not coming, and it's just
Dex.
it's just fun seeing people getting angry over it again because they've lost. They've already lost.
No, but the thing is, like, I don't think the national it's a big issue, but it's definitely not a make or break issue for me. Apparently, for a lot of people, it's becoming.
Let's just say it is. There's too many damn Pokemon. There's a lot of fucking
Okay,
Pokemon out there.
First of all,
Over 800.
you're pronouncing it wrong. Okay, it's Pokemon.
There's a lot of damn Pokemon in the world. All right,
Pokemon.
Pokemon Digital Masters.
That's the wrong.
None of that was right. It's
No.
digital monsters, first of all, for Digimon. All right, Nick, you're fired.
My thing about the national decks.
We're playing footsies.
My thing about the national decks was one of the dudes at Nintendo was like, "Don't worry, just save your Pokemon in Pokemon Home, and maybe later on you'll be able to play with them." Like that made it okay.
Also,
Yeah.
Because of
Their-
this one,
Their damage control has not been the best. It's just like I thought. I came into this year. Last year we had end of the year. We had most anticipated game. I said Pokemon.
Yeah.
Because Pokemon has been a
Pixels
franchise.
on that tree look so good.
Oh, shut I've seen the comparisons with Ocarina of Time. I've seen the comparisons with Wii Sports 2006. Like, we get it. The wild area looks trash.
I'm sorry. Not really.
Yeah, true. Look at those trees. They look better than the wild area. But I just wanted nothing more than to have a home console Pokemon game since I've been a kid. I've been playing since the original
Sure.
games. And I was so excited for this game. And then the whole Dexit thing happened. And I'm like, that sucks. But
It's
I
okay.
always play the games with all the new Pokemon anyways. Sure,
yeah.
I can't bring my collection for like the end game stuff, but I still get to explore the world. I still get to use the new Pokemon. That's fine. And then you see things about like the wild area not looking good, which again doesn't bother me too much. But then some more news has come out in the last couple days because some streamers got early access to it. I don't know if it was I think it was like a purposeful stream
sure.
to showcase the game.
Oh, it's the level thing?
You can't catch Pokemon that are a certain level. If they're higher than where you are in the game, it'll say that the Pokemon is like
It's
too
just gonna
focused.
tell
This-
you.
to-
This is amazing.
So
I love it.
now I've always been annoyed with kind of the last couple gens about how handholdy they get. And my biggest thing is XP share being, instead of an item to help get, because it used to be you would equip it to a Pokemon,
Yeah.
and
that
when
would
you
Pokemon
battle
share,
when
right?
you battle Pokemon, that Pokemon would share the XP of the Pokemon used in combat. Then they added it where it gave XP to every
The
Pokemon in
whole
your party,
Yeah.
and it became like broken. You would only ever need to use one Pokemon because everything would just level up together, and I didn't like that because I liked having to forcefully switch out my Pokemon
Sure.
and
yeah.
use them in battle and level them up, because then you kind of build that connection. You get like the feel for that Pokemon. It's fun. So I didn't like playing with XP share. I would turn it off when I could, but they kind of balanced the game around you using it, so you felt really punished if you didn't. But
Yeah.
then you felt like you weren't playing with all the different Pokemon if you
So
used
one
it.
of the original core mechanics Pokemon is that you catch your team and you play with that team and you swap
Yeah,
them out as needed.
not play with one and have everything level. So I didn't like that, and I was hoping that maybe they would move away from that. Instead, they doubled down on it. XP share is, you cannot turn it off. It is now a feature that you have to use.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, you can't turn it off now. Some streamer was playing the game, and apparently he went up against his
Amazing.
rival in the game just by playing the game normally. And
Mhm.
all of his Pokemon were level 16 plus. His starter was level 19. The highest one that the rival had was level 15, and the rival had like 2 or 3 Pokemon. He won the battle in like a minute. So that makes me think
Yeah.
that they also showed where somebody was battling a gym leader, and the gym leader, it was like the 6th gym leader, and he used like the Dynamax thing and made like a gigantic version of his Pokemon,
Okay.
and this guy just one shot it. And it's not like he went out and trained; he just was playing through the game.
Yeah.
And he just was that strong. So I'm like,
Oh.
so now it looks like there's not going to be much of a challenge. On top of that, this level restriction thing where you can't, if you find a Pokemon that's just too high of a level, you can't catch it. Why is that a thing?
You know what?
Why are you limiting what I can catch? What if that's a shiny?
Yeah.
Do you know what the chances are of getting a shiny? They're fucked.
Yeah.
What if I find a shiny and it's like, oh, you just can't catch it because it's too high of a level? Like, and it's just, it hurts me. I'm still getting this game and I'm still excited, but it hurts me to see so much negativity because everyone is up in arms about this. And I'm not saying that they don't deserve to be. like,
Question for you.
yeah, I know I'm rambling. I'm
It's
just
okay.
tilted.
It's okay.
I love it.
If mods come out that fix these issues, would you install them?
You'd have to mod
On
his
my Switch, I'd be really skeptical about installing mods
You'd
on
have
my
to have to
Switch.
mod his Switch to get the mods. in the
Whatever. Like,
game.
assume it's easy and doable.
If it's easy and safe,
Yeah.
I would turn off XP. Sure.
Yeah.
I
And
don't
you would
like
turn
it.
off like the
And
level
I would let
cap.
myself catch stuff because I don't understand.
Okay.
I don't get what Game Freak wants. Like a couple of these decisions. Like, again, the Dexit thing, I don't care about. Wild area trees look like they're made in fucking 1930s. I don't care. But
19.
why are you stopping us from catching Pokemon now?
Yeah.
This is a game about catching Pokemon, and you're literally putting this
True.
mechanic in where we can't catch it. Like,
if-
I don't understand why this is a decision that you're making.
If they wanted you to not catch Pokemon above your level, then
Don't
why are
let
the
us go to
Pokemon
areas.
above your level?
Yeah, don't let us go to areas. Like, have it like, do you remember in the original Pokemon games where you couldn't go through those passes until you gave
Sure.
them the water?
Sure.
Because the guard was like, I'm thirsty, and you can't
Yeah,
pass
yeah,
or whatever. And then you brought them water, and then you could go, or tea or whatever it was, and you could go through. Put a mechanic like that. Or even they've had it before where you just try and walk, and a character will walk up and be like, oh, you can't go here yet. Just do something like that. Why are you letting me go somewhere to interact with Pokemon that I can't catch? And you can battle these Pokemon. So if level's a concern, I could just go there, battle all these high level Pokemon, kill them, boost my team to
But you can't
ridiculously
track
levels.
You never kill Pokemon, okay? You
Okay,
faint. You make
make
them
them
faint.
Boost my whole team up to the level of that Pokemon, and then just use that team. But I still couldn't like.
Yeah.
And it's
Interesting
just-
decisions.
It's frustrating me because I still am excited for this game and I want this game to be so good, but it's just every time I see more news, it's like a bad thing, and then everyone's hating on it, and it's bumming me out.
Don't get bummed out. Don't get caught up in the hate.
Yeah, and I'm no longer going to the subreddit, and that's not because I'm in denial. I know there are issues with this game. I know that there are
Yeah,
problems. I'm
but
not
there's
here
definitely a bunch of
Yeah.
toxicity that you don't want to deal with.
and I don't want my opinions to be formed before I
Yeah,
play the game.
good
I
idea.
don't want to play the game and be looking out for the bad
Mm-hmm.
stuff and come in like I'm gonna hate this game because this. I want to go in and experience it, and I will critique problems if there are issues in the game that I don't like, and I guarantee XP share will be something I bring up. I will critique it, but I want to form my own opinions. I don't want to go in there with other people's
Mhm.
opinions that have kind of already made their way.
That's
into
one of
my
the
head.
downfalls of
But
stuff like that.
it's just I guess this is what happens when you get excited for something. There's always room to be disappointed. And I'm not trying to bring up an old one, but Anthem. You were super excited for that game and it didn't turn out. And I'm sure that you
I
felt
had to. I would go on that subreddit daily, and I eventually had to stop and unsubscribe from it. 'Cause I just can't handle it anymore.
Yeah.
Everybody's being so negative and toxic, and like
it's just
there's people that are like strictly negative, and then people are like still holding on hope it was rose-colored glasses. I'm like, no,
it's
I
not.
can't.
It's not a
Yeah.
good environment.
and
There's,
you
like-
wanted nothing more than that game just to succeed.
I just
and
wanted
be
it to be good and fun, but
and that's where I am right now.
That's
Is
what-
I just want to
yeah.
wake up on Friday, play Pokemon, and just be happy. And
Yep.
I hope that that's the case, but we'll see.
Hopefully.
It's just,
Like,
I think a lot of your
I
enjoyment.
do feel for you, but at the same time, I fucking love it.
yeah, of course you do.
I-
You love when shit goes into chaos
I
like this.
love
I
it
know
so
you do.
much.
I think your enjoyment of the game depends on you a lot.
Oh, for sure.
Right? So
And I'm trying to go in there with a
Yeah.
clear mind, and that's why I'm going to stay off the Reddit because, and again, look, a lot of the complaints are just, and I'm not saying that people should like, oh, just look past that. It's going to be great, but I don't want to be absorbing that
Yeah.
that negativity. I just want to. I hope it's good. That's all I can say.
Yep.
I hope it's a good game. End rant. That's my TED
good
talk.
rant. Good rant.
Are you satisfied? Are you entertained?
Yeah, it's coming out this Friday, right?
It is coming out this
I'll
Friday.
wait till next week
As
when
an
we're more
asshole.
satisfied.
Yeah, this guy's just gonna wait for me to come back next week and be like, "Game fucking sucks."
I don't think you'll say it sucks. I think you'll say, yeah, I'm liking it, but this, and this, and this,
yeah,
this,
but here's
this,
my
this,
list
this,
of 30
this.
things I hate about it. Next thing, Google Stadia. We've been talking about this a lot
Right.
lately. They have officially released the launch titles that will be
Titles.
coming with it when it becomes available. Hopefully, if people get their copies on the 19th. There are 12 games that are launching. First of all, do you think 12's enough? It's decent for like if you think
For
about
that price,
console,
nope.
I mean,
You know,
like,
You have to buy the games.
one is
plus,
technically
right?
it's
So,
technically
oops.
a new quote unquote console.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
so
when
there's
you
no
think of-
backwards compatibility, but you know the PS4 had none of that.
Yeah, but these games aren't new, so like. put more
I
on
know
there.
they're not new, but it's a new platform
Okay,
still.
fine. I'll buy it.
And it really depends on like what companies buy into it. Like these games on this list are literally people are like, we kind of believe in what you're doing. We'll be the first.
Here's
games
our
you-
good game.
we'll be the first ones to hop onto this, see what happens,
Yeah.
and then if this run goes well, you'll definitely see more being added.
Good news is that there will be more added throughout the rest of this year. So that's only like 5 weeks after this launches, and there still will add more titles and then more next year.
Also, I assume it's more
But-
like you have to kind of get the game on their servers because it's all streamed. No one actually owns or quote unquote owns the
Right.
game or downloads it, right? So
Yep.
like you have to find you have to stream the game, but like if there's 10 people streaming it at once, like how do you make that happen? I don't know how that happens for a video game, right? So
As Google, I'm sure they figure something out.
Yeah. So the list is Assassin's Creed Odyssey,
okay,
Good game.
Destiny 2,
okay.
Good game.
and for people to know, if you pay for the $10 a month like pro, I think it's called subscription or whatever, where you get like 4K and stuff like that, you get Destiny 2 complete collection, which comes with Forsaken and Shadowkeep. You get all the content. Other than that, I think it's just like the new light version. A game called Guilt,
No idea what that is.
no idea. Just Dance 2020,
Because why the fuck not?
a game called Kine, Kine. Also don't know if that game.
AI
Yeah.
I feel like I've heard of it.
Mortal Kombat 11,
Okay.
Red Dead Redemption 2,
Okay.
and I hope for people who are getting it on Stadia that it's fixed because that
By
game
then.
that PC
Yep.
port is
Oh.
a fucking disaster.
What if it's
right
just
now.
like the console version? of the game.
They'd be better off doing that because the
Because,
PC port's a
like,
mess.
Actually, even then, like, what version of the game are you getting on Stadia?
Yeah, good question.
Yeah,
I never really thought about it before.
I would assume PC.
PC probably, because they're probably running it on PC. They're not
They are
like
running, but you're technically running these games on PCs too. They're modified personal computers,
Yeah.
right?
Sure.
But like,
I think it'd be easier to do it on PC as opposed to. But you're right. Who
But, like-
knows?
Yeah.
Who knows?
Samurai Showdown,
Never heard of that game.
Thumper,
Also never heard of that.
and then the last three is the new Tomb Raider trilogy. So you've got Tomb Raider, the original one, and they're all the definitive editions. So with all the DLC, you got Tomb Raider Definitive Edition, Rise of the Tomb Raider 20-year Celebration Edition, and then Shadow of the Tomb
Have you guys
Raider.
play Shadow?
Definitive
Just out of curiosity.
Not yet, but the definitive edition is on sale today for $30, regular like almost 100 or something for Singles Day sale. So I don't know why I'm closing this. I
Alibaba
still have
Singles
more
Day.
stuff to read.
Alibaba Single Day.
Alibaba.
I think that's what the day is. Alibaba Singles Day or something
Oh.
like that.
Apparently, because it's 1111 single digits, and then it
I
turns into
see.
like a thing for like single people, and then it just kind of
Of course.
I don't know. There's a sale on Steam, one of 4 that are happening.
It's
in the
a
next month and a
shopping
half.
holiday among young Chinese people that celebrate their pride in being single. Or Emma Watson calls it self-partnered. Did you hear about that?
No.
Apparently, she doesn't like the word like, "Oh, I'm a single person," right? No, she's like, "I'm self-partnered."
I like that. I'm self-partnered. I'm not single.
Okay. There's nothing. Just say I'm single. I don't know.
Because there's the whole like negative connotation about being single. Like, "Oh, why aren't you with someone? Why aren't you go out with someone?" No, I'm self-partnered.
Don't care about no negative connotations.
Okay. Hey man, you do you, Emma Watson.
I
If
just thought that
that's-
was hilarious.
Yeah, if that's what floats your boat, then
I'll float her.
You
boat.
do you.
you do you, boo.
Boo.
Next piece we can tie these together. Video games make money.
Yeah.
People spend
apparently.
money.
Apparently.
So,
Nick, how much money do you think people spend on video games so
did
far?
you read the article he
in
linked?
2019?
I know what the number is.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
not gonna.
So,
Ethan,
yeah, ask Ethan.
have you read this article? So how much people spend on money or on games?
Did
know
you
the
see
number?
the number?
No. Okay.
Okay.
Well,
So,
how about you out there? in the
yes,
chat?
have you seen it? I don't know if do you remember the
Yeah,
number?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, so
So something like $27 billion.
Yeah.
So far
27.9 billion so far from the start of 2019
in
until
this
now.
year.
US only.
It's a 1% increase though.
Okay, but like
That's the funniest part. I was like, holy shit, that's a lot of money. And they're like, oh, it's a 1% increase from last year. I'm like, this is just a yearly thing, apparently.
Thing
Apparently,
is-
Americans spend upwards of $30 billion a year on video
So,
games.
holy shit.
I think the
Holy
reason
fuck.
why it's a 1% increase because like in the article, so yeah, people spent $27 billion US just in the States alone on video games through buying
What are you
actual copies of
buying?
games, buying microtransactions, buying
Accessories.
DLCs, all
Gotta
that.
be MTX.
Yeah. Oh, for
And
sure.
I think the only reason why it's a 1% increase is because there's a 23% decrease in hardware sales.
Yeah, with
Which-
Scarlet and PS5 coming out next year, a lot of Xbox Ones and PS4s aren't going to be flying off the
Yeah,
shelves.
the only ones selling are the Nintendo Switches.
Yeah,
You
nobody
have-
wants to buy a console in its last year unless a huge sale comes on, right? Like
Yeah.
nobody's going to go
I might
spend
buy a
$400 on a
PS4. Yeah, yeah.
PS4 right now.
If I can get a PS4 for like $200, I might do it.
That'd be a really good deal. I don't know if they'll go that low.
We'll see.
Check Boxing Day.
Yeah.
Boxing Day, Black
it's
Friday.
literally next week or this weekend, isn't it?
No, I think it's the last weekend,
Of November.
26th or whatever.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's right.
But that's crazy. That's a lot of money.
Yep.
And a
Why
lot of
there's
that
so
money,
much
we said
money.
microtransactions,
Mhm. Which is
might be
probably-
coming from a new game that came out.
Yep.
Call of Duty Mobile launched.
Which you got right, Nick, and you played a
I
bit?
tried it.
Yeah,
I
how
played
was it?
like 4 games and I was like,
Was it fun at all?
it was good to play, but I was just like, it's in your face about like, here's a battle pass, here's what you can buy, here's you can do this, do that, do this. And
Yeah.
it's like, I'm over you.
And I've also seen, I don't know, they had like a Halloween event where you could pay to, like, it had like 10 pieces of loot of different rarities, and you could pay to roll one of those things. And,
Oh, you
there's-
could?
and each time you pay more money to roll a different one until the max. And a lot of streamers and stuff came out, and it's not random. The 2 best items rolled 9th and 10th for everybody who tested it.
True.
And then you end up spending like a shit. Like it's so microtransactions look extremely predatory and scummy. But all that aside, this game had the second largest mobile launch ever. Behind
Not surprising coming from Tencent.
behind what game? Pokemon Go.
I would have
A record that will not be broken because that game is.
You guys
just-
tried out Minecraft Earth yet?
I have not.
No. Joe actually mentioned it.
Yeah.
It looked cool.
It's cool. It's just basically like if Pokemon Go or just it's Minecraft Pokemon Go
Yeah.
pretty much.
I should
Like-
download it and give it a shot.
I tried a couple times, but like me, I don't go out and play these games, so I just
Yeah.
kind of sit at home and like, what can I do at home? Nothing. Okay.
The worst
turn
part
off.
is now it's like snowing outside. It's cold, so using your phone unless you have the gloves that have like the sensors,
Silver.
it's pretty
I need to get some.
tough to do. I need to get those gloves, especially for community day when it's cold out. Cause
Yeah.
I got those gloves.
do you?
Yeah,
They expensive?
I had
Probably
to.
not.
My dad.
Depends on
Didn't,
the kind.
my
of
dad
glove
said
and
they were
everything.
too big. I was like, all right, I'll take them.
Fair. So yeah, Call of Duty Mobile second biggest launch, 148 million downloads. 148 million people downloaded
That's
this
how many
game.
people still play Call of Duty.
That is crazy.
Get over it. Let's
Mm.
move on to new things, guys.
Now, where do you think most of the downloads came from? Did you already see the thing I wrote down?
Not China, is it?
It's not China.
It's got to be
Australia.
no. It's got to be
Zealand.
either like or somewhere in North America.
It's the States. I would have thought it would have
Or
been
India.
China, but really? Because that's the second one. And I wouldn't
Oh,
have guessed that either.
okay.
United States was 16% at 23.6 million. India was 11% of the downloads at 16.2, and they were
Jeez.
second.
Dude, if you guys ever go, like, you guys, none of you have been to like east of like
I haven't
Europe,
left,
right?
I haven't left North America.
Okay. True. Well, anyways, if you ever go to like
Obviously.
India, or if you ever go to like, every person on their phone is just filled with just games.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but it's just huge. People just have a bajillion games, just lists and pages, and it's crazy.
So gaming is getting big there.
I think it has been big for a while.
Well,
Well,
Speaking
another
of-
another company also has that same thought.
Yeah.
You linked an article about Vitality.
Yeah.
They're making a pretty big play in India.
What was it, like 14 million euros or something?
I think it was euros. The kind
Yeah.
of like
the
it's,
E,
it's not. It's like a curved E. Is that what euros is?
the E
Yes.
with like the
Okay.
cross, the lines through it.
I'll pull up the article.
Might be pounds.
No, pounds is something different.
Okay.
Bear with me for
Pounds
a
is
second.
lubs.
My ignorant ass doesn't know what currency is aside from the dollar.
Hello.
That
I'm-
symbol. I guess that's an E.
Yeah, it's euros.
Okay. Yeah. 14 million euros.
Mm,
They're going to be investing in esports teams and academies
in India.
in India.
This is exciting because this means that companies are looking at other markets.
Yeah. And if they're one of the first to tap into that market, profits could
Yeah.
be huge, right? If
I'm
you're one of
excited.
the first to make it big there.
I'm excited for like other third world places like sub-Saharan Africa to get into it. I don't know. I just want like the world to be like globalized, like Latin America and stuff like that. Just
Yeah.
see what's happening in esports.
It's interesting that Vitality of all the teams is the one making the push.
Who knows? Maybe they.
I wouldn't have
Yeah.
pegged them as the European
I didn't know they were
team.
so big to do that either.
Yeah. That's cool.
They're a decently big team in the LEC. They're always
They're
middle,
what, like middle of the pack?
they're always middle of the pack.
Yeah.
Yeah. The top two are always gonna be G2 and Fnatic,
Yes.
and
Fnatic
like
will always
third
be huge.
place is like Splice right now. The Vitality and Friends
Schalke and
make
all
up the
them.
rest.
Sure.
So yeah.
But I think that does it for news, right?
It does. Although, right before we sign off, I'm supposed to flame you for playing League today and not playing Death Stranding. Your
My-
brother's orders. So,
My brother,
flame.
my brother can suck it.
He's been hounding this guy like all day since yesterday
just-
to
I
play
just-
Death Stranding.
I just didn't want to freaking play it today. I was like, no, I ain't in the mood right now. I'll play it tomorrow.
Nick, I just want to say
he told me to, so I had to.
before we end this episode, not gonna lie, I was a little upset at you at that last League of Legends game we played.
It's
I'm
legit.
over it,
That's okay.
but in the moment I was a little upset.
That's all right.
I think that does it.
That does.
Okay.
Nice.
Nice. Indeed, nice.
Nice indeed.
So, internet, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening to another episode of the Three
Why'd you
Gameplay
just look up
Podcast.
in the air like that?
I thought, I wanted to look up into another camera and be like,
There's no camera there.
I wanted to be like the dude from
There's
Hot
one
Wings.
there.
This
and there's
camera,
one
that
there.
camera.
Dude, I love that show.
Okay.
There's only two
Yeah.
cameras here, man.
Camera. Anyways, I probably just messed up the focus. Sorry about that. You can catch us on Instagram and Twitter at 3Can Play Podcast. It's been myself, Nick, and Brad. We're about to hit 7 times 10 episodes. That's actually insane.
Yeah, that is pretty
Nice.
crazy.
So
That's extra nice.
yeah, that's actually
No.
nice.
Okay.
100 episodes is extra nice.
True.
Okay.
In any case, with peace and love, we can play out.
Nice.